Well, hello and welcome Field Home Farm Sessions on July 23rd, 2025, episode 229. I think I said 228 the other day, but I don't know what I said. But wheat is almost wrapped up. I got to turn this phone down because I was going to do a podcast about a half hour ago, and about three people called, and one's an important guy because my chickens go out tonight and the feed is low in one of the barns, and I don't think they're going to make it till about 6 o'clock tonight. I said they're going to have about 5 or 6 hours without feed or more if I don't get some feed. So he's on that. Maybe we'll see what happens. Friends helping and chickens out, and a little bit about 4-H KJ. I love that too. So wheat, I started. When did I talk to you last? I talked to you on Saturday, and I think that's when I started some on Friday. I got the one field done at my mom's place across the road on Saturday. Moved everything over. The only reason I got it done, and I talk about that, is Big Roy helping me. So friends that help is amazing. So he just came over after, or no, I guess Saturday he didn't have any work, so he came over, helped me all day, sitting there. It's not the most exciting job, like I said. Sometimes farming is not. So you sit there, wait for the combine to go down the row, and then he pulls along the combine and takes the wheat off. And let me just tell you how old and crippled my body gets. You're sitting there for a long time. I said to my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's home, who's doing schoolwork, I said, she goes, "Oh, you're old." I said, "Thanks, but I said you need to get out. You need to get out and stretch once in a while." And I said, when you're just combining, going along, you don't stop because Big Roy brings the dump wagon right beside you. You dump in, you keep going, you don't stop. So we got the field done, but I was a little bit sore that night. And then little Jerry came by for a beer. He was going by. He said, "Did I just texted him out of the blue and said, 'What's going on, Jerry?' I haven't talked to him for a while." So that was when I was going to eat my supper on Saturday night, which was late, but I said, "What's going on?" And he says, "Did you see me honk?" I said, "Jerry, I do not look at everybody on the road that's driving by unless it's like a horse or a accident or something. I'm not looking at people. If I looked at people, if I looked at everybody that drives by, I would not get any work done." So, no, I did not see you, little Jerry. Just text you out of the blue, and he was going up to Barry, and he was coming back. So we had a couple beers. We're sitting on the porch, and mosquitoes were taking over. So I said, "Let's get out of here." But like I said last year, it's good. It's good to have those people stop by and say hi once in a while. It just takes you away out of the ordinary and get your mind away from things. So I don't have down here Jays. I got to write down the Jays. The Jays. I watched the end of it last night after I did wheat again, and they lost last night. And they were losing by 1 run. It was the top of the ninth, and the Yankees got a home run. I didn't watch all the game, but apparently they got 3 home runs in that game, the Yankees. And Jays are up, and Guerrero gets on first, and the other guy almost hit a home run, but didn't. So they lost. So they're still in first. They've been doing amazing. I think they had 12 wins in a row, 11 wins at home, or something like that. So doing amazing. The Sky Dome is getting packed again, which is lovely. But go Jays, go! That's enough about the Jays. And so yeah, Big Roy's helping, and then on Monday night, so Sunday it rained a little bit on Saturday night, which was great. We had a couple tents. We needed the rain, so that was great. And no mystery, no KJ today. They'll be on. And so Sunday was a relaxing, a rest day. Didn't do that much. Had a little bit of a nap. Chickens, this and that. So then the two daughters are fighting about who's going to feed the calves, the 4-H calves. I'm like, holy crap! When one daughter's not here and the other one is, that daughter does all the chores. So it's just, I know I did it with my brother. We had arguments, we had fights, but when you're the dad, I don't know how my dad did it. He just brushed it off and went about his day. But it gets to me. Maybe it got to him, but he didn't show it. But taking the wheat to the elevator, yeah. So I got the wheat. I took a load of wheat on Monday, so I had to put a load of wheat on the gravity box on Saturday night, and then I took it to the elevator on Monday morning. And I do like the drive. I don't like doing it all the time. I like doing it once in a while. You get to talk to the person at the elevator, Al, and then there's Jerry, old Jerry. Used to be young little Jerry. Used to be young Jerry and old Jerry at the elevator, and now young Jerry left for another job, and you got old Jerry, and just a great guy, just humorous and just talks to farmers, and we're always bugging them about something, and it is great talking to agriculture, town people, and just doing that thing, and talking to the girls in the office, doing the books and doing your weighing and doing the moisture and stuff like that. So it's good to do. Excuse me, unedited, but I don't like doing it all the time. It's just good to do once in a while. That's what I used to do before Big Roger. Hold on, unedited water break. Before Roger started trucking, I used to fill up 2 gravity boxes and take them down to the elevator. I usually do that in the morning before I'd go about my day. About they'd open at 7. I'd leave about 6:30, get there about 10 after, quarter after 7, dump my loads, and then get back, and then you could start the day. And then you usually take one or two during the day, which is it's monotonous. It takes a lot of time, and I say once my kids hopefully start to do it, then I can just buy a truck and do some trucking with the wheat or the corn or the beans, or build our own bins. It's the future is wide open. Like as Tom Petty said, the future is wide open. Oh fuck, I gotta talk. So Ozzy Osbourne, if you don't know Ozzy Osbourne, I don't know how many of my listeners listen to Ozzy Osbourne. Hubie Jen's got to be an Ozzy Osbourne fan, but I doubt it. She's more country, but everybody knows who he is. When I grew up, Roscoe's on. Roscoe, you just clicked on out of the blue. How's the raspberries? Are they still rocking? I think ours are okay. I have my bowl there, and I got to get out there and pick a few. I have not been doing it. My daughter usually does it, and she's not here. And I've been bugging the other one to do it, and I got to get there and pick some raspberries. Nothing like fresh, organic raspberries, right, Roscoe? Downey's Organic Ross. 4 more. How do you know it's 4 more days? That's just you just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You shut it down. Like, how do you know exactly when these raspberries are done? Do they tell you? Do they say, "Hey, Roscoe, I only have 4 more days and then I'm done"? I think Jerry Seinfeld, when they used to put there's one of his stand up shows. He says, "How do when you go to the store and it says an expiration date for milk? It says how do they know at the store?" And he says, "When the guy's behind milking the cow, the milk cow says July 27th." So funny as hell. So Roscoe, hey, it's Millie's 50th today. Wish her happy birthday on the podcast. Oh, Millie, happy 50th today. Does Millie listen? I don't even know, but if you listen, thank you. Happy birthday. 50 is the new 20. Is it, Roscoe? Our body doesn't feel like the new 20, but maybe on a fruit farm it feels a bit better than an ex cow farmer's body, but who knows? Why we should ask Emmett how his body feels. He's 50 now too, so or sorry, 51. So what the hell? So Big Roy's was helping me. I was talking about the Jays, and I was talking about. Now I get back. I don't have it written down because I just out of the spur because I heard it last night when I was in the combine. Ozzy Osbourne passed away. I don't know if Roscoe listened to Ozzy sing, but had a few good songs. Had a notorious background for drugs and alcohol and addictions, and survived to 76 years old. And I credited his wife Sharon with that. They had a what do you call it, reality show, quote unquote, back in the day. That was like one of the first popular reality shows. I think it was about 20 years ago, and yeah, of course it was scripted. A lot of it was scripted, and a lot of it was just funny. And it was Ozzy. If you ever go back, I forget what it was called, but Ozzy Osbourne, his reality show. Just Google it, and they had a final concert there a couple weeks ago. And surprisingly enough, I asked my daughter about Ozzy, and she goes, "Yeah, I know. He passed. He died. He killed. It was self-inflicted suicide or whatever because he had Parkinson's. He had different ailments. I mean, maybe that's a lifetime of drugs. Some people don't do drugs and they still have that kind of life. So kudos to Ozzy for a great life. He left us with a lot of good music. Mama, I'm Coming Home, which is a really good song. Crazy Train, which is way over too overplayed. It's a good song too. Few good songs, anyways. Rest in peace, Ozzy. There you go. You never thought I'd be saying Ozzy Osbourne on the Field Home Farm Sessions podcast by the Chicken Man, but that's what it is. So I said I have down here cottage, not me. Yeah. So my wife and kids are still at the cottage. I think they're coming home today. I'm not 100%. I should text and see, but it's like I said, I've been busy with wheat. The guy's coming today to bale some straw for me. I got to get those in the barn before because they're usually big square bales. I got to get them in the barn before they get wet. So that's if they get well. Hopefully we get rain. I was going to talk about that too. The weather. we're not like Roscoe that has town water and wells and irrigation. So the corn, the guy who does my baling, he said the wheat might be the best crop this year because the corn and the beans do not look very sexy because of lack of moisture. People in town and city people, they do not understand that we friggin' need rain. We could use about an inch of rain every 2 weeks. Inch of rain a week would be perfect. Inch of rain every 2 weeks. I don't think we had an inch of rain here. Thankfully, I go to church. That's why. But no, I'm just kidding. I've been at church for a while, but I think my mom goes to church. She puts in a good word for me. But we have not had rain here for a while, and you need rain to get the crops growing. And we have not had a lot of rain in a different spot, so it's not going to be a great year around here. And it is what it is. Just go to church and see what happens. So last night, yeah, I got about the kids, got about the cottage, chickens doing paperwork. Yeah, it's just whatever. 4-H meeting last night, so I would have pretty well finished my week combining, but I had to take my daughter to a 4-H meeting, and luckily it was up the road at the stockyards. So we get up there, and I haven't been to one of these meetings. Like my two daughters are in different clubs because I think I talked about it before, different reasons. So my one daughter's in the Beaton Bradford Club and South Simcoe, and the other one's in the South Simcoe Cookstown Club. So last night was the Beaton Bradford, and a pretty good club. A lot of young kids. I think the oldest is about 15, and a lot of young kids. Great leaders, Trish Downey, and I forget the other person's name. But they're teaching the kids different stuff, and they're acting goofy like 4-H stuff. So it was pretty good because they have a very structured. This club has a very structured. They have the president does, and they told me to take off my hat for the 4-H club, 4-H pledge, which I've never done that before. I've never taken my hat. I didn't know it was like a national anthem, the 4-H pledge, but I took off my hat for the 4-H pledge. I did not say it, but and then they had the secretary do the minutes and all that. And I don't even think we do that at our chicken meeting. We should do that. We do it at our board meetings, but not at our DCR meetings. So I got to get into more of that. So 4-H meeting is more structured than my DCR meeting in our district. So I got to get on that. Good meeting. I had a tour of the stockyard, seen a lot of things I hadn't seen, and I've been there 100 times. Actually, the boss wasn't there, so it was a worker that was telling us stuff, and I had to explain a few things of how it worked because I've been going there for over 20 years, and it's not hard to figure out. But this guy just goes in the back and he deals with the cows and everything else, but doesn't do that. Roscoe, where is Mystery today? I have not seen him for a long time. Oh, I was gonna say too. So we're talking to my younger daughter wanted to go to the Royal, and I was telling the leader that she wanted to go, and I said you have to go to 3 shows, and she asked me, she goes, "How old is she?" And I said, "She's just 13." And he said, Emmett, you are sorry. I didn't text you. I was just breezing through the whole episode without listeners, and then Roscoe jumped on, and now it's Emmett. So I was just breezing through. So I got to get out there and get a wagon, get ready to get my wheat straw, and then I got to finish my wheat. Hopefully, I'm not going to do. I usually plant a crop between the chicken barns, and I do have some wheat between the chicken barns. So chickens go out tonight. I'm getting ready for that. So I don't want to combine between the chicken barns because the noise will scare them and probably will kill a few because they do not like that loud a noise. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow or Friday if it doesn't rain. We'll see what happens. So yeah, so long story short, she cannot go to the Royal because you have to be 14 to go to the Royal. Or sorry, 13 before January 1st and 14 as of that year. So she cannot go to the Royal. Right, Emmett? Am I right? I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for my live listener, Roscoe, and my short listener, Emmett. Sorry, Plumber Scott, I did not text you today. Next time, okay? We'll get on it. Get back to work, Roscoe. 4 more days.